Hey guys, what it does? Welcome to the first edition of Torens Take in 2021, and guess what we're doing again. But first I want to make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the videos. It's how we grow on YouTube, it's how I grow. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hope you enjoy this content because we're going to be better this year. That's right, we're going to be predicting the NFL playoffs this year for how it's gonna go. Last year, it went amazingly well. I like the Saints over the Chiefs in Super Bowl 54. Okay, it didn't go well at all. Yeah. Okay, but that's not happening this time. That's not gonna happen this time. We're gonna pick right. It's gonna be great. I'm telling you right now. So we're going to do it in the same order. We're going to go from the scheduled games, and then we're just going to move on, and based on how I predict is how it's going to go. And this time we're going to hopefully pick more than a couple right this time. But let's kick it off right Saturday, bright and early. It's a triple header both days, and it's going to be fun. We're starting with the Colts against the Bills. Both teams have been very good this year. I mean, the Bills have been arguably the best team going into the playoffs. The Colts have been very good. Philip Rivers has been outstanding this whole year long. A really good addition for the Colts. Jonathan Taylor, what a player he's been. He's been fantastic. He was great for my fantasy team, filling in for two of my injured running backs. He's not Christian McCaffrey, but he's pretty darn good in his own right. That defense has been really good with DeForest Buckner leading the way. He's been fantastic for the Colts. If I'm the Bills, I might be a little scared, but I'm not too scared. The Bills have Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, who have been lighting up, but no, Diggs is questionable at this point, but he's probably going to play. They've been so good together. That defense is really good. The Bills have been the hottest team entering the playoffs this far. I don't see why they're going to lose here. So the Bills, they're going to move on. Moving on to the Rams and the Seahawks, it's an NFC West divisional game once again. The Seahawks will be at home, no fans, but still, it counts, right? It counts. But the big question is, who's going to play quarterback for the Rams? Is it going to be Wolford or is it going to be Goff? They're saying game time decision. He was limited in practice. Who knows if Goff's going to play, if Wolford's playing or Goff. I still don't know if the Rams have that good of a chance on offense. Their defense has been amazing so far this year. I mean, Aaron Donald's still the best player in the league on defense, so they still have a good shot on defense. The Seahawks been wildly inconsistent this year. You never know what you're going to get. They start slow and then they pick it up in the fourth quarter and somehow they win the games. That's not going to win you the Super Bowl in the playoffs, so you got to play well from start to finish. The defense started terribly, absolutely terrible. They've picked it up in the last few weeks, so that they've been one of the better defenses since the last 6 weeks. So this defense is ready to go. I believe they're going to jump in the playoffs. Big question is, will the offense get going? I think they will for the Seahawks. Russ, will he cook? I think he will. He's going to have to cook here. Bottom line, Seahawks are going to win this game. Then to close it out on Saturday, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Washington football team. This is a really intriguing matchup. Of course, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got Tom Brady this year. He's the best playoff quarterback ever. Their offense has been getting going recently. Their defense has been good. You'd think they're going to play well. The Washington football team has a really good defense. That defensive line led by Chase Young and Montez Sweat, they've been fantastic this year. That defense could get pressure on Brady and cause problems for Tampa Bay. The offense, Alex Smith's been good this year. He's going to play. So that's a really intriguing sign. The big question is, can Washington score points? Because it's going to come down. If the defense can hold the Bucs to limit the points and Alex Smith can get enough points, Washington football team has a chance here. I really think this is going to be a really intriguing matchup. I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm going to pick them. I think the Washington football team is going to put an upset here. Let's move on to the Sunday games and start with the rematch from last year. It's the Ravens against the Titans. Obviously, the Ravens were the #1 team, and the Titans came in and took the crown from them, going all the way to the AFC Championship. The Titans have been good this year. Derrick Henry ran for over 2,000 yards. Unfortunately, their defense is an absolute trash bin. Not good at all. They can't stop the run. They can't stop anything. In the immortal words of Bart Scott, they can't stop a nosebleed.
They can't stop a nosebleed.
The Ravens have been good this year, inconsistent, but I'm wondering, is this team better than they were last year? They were really good last year, but I don't know. I think this team might be a little better than last year. If they can run the ball with Lamar Jackson and the running backs, they can get around this, run over this Titans D. Derrick Henry's always a question on the other side, but I'm going to pick the Ravens. It might be a bit of an upset pick, but that defense is just not good, and the Ravens can exploit it, and if they can, they'll win this game. Moving on to the Bears and the Saints. Yes, the Bears. They somehow made the playoffs. They have Mitch Trubisky at their quarterback position. Yeah, Yeah, that's about all you need to know about that. They got a good defense, obviously, Khalil Mack. But it's still the Bears at this point. The Saints have been good this year. Obviously, they were missing Drew Brees for a bit, but he's back, he's healthy. He should play a prominent role. Obviously, as I said, I picked them to win last year, and that didn't go so well, but I don't see that happening again this year. I don't think they're going to lose this game. It'll be closer than I think people think. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Bears are going to make this a case, but at the end, I think the Saints are going to win this game and beat the Bears. Last one is a rematch from last week. The Steelers against the Browns. Obviously, the Steelers didn't start many of their starters last week, but the Browns did. But the Browns are missing their head coach, Kevin Stefanski, and a couple of key offensive linemen, including Bitonio. So that's going to be interesting for the run game. Chubb has to get going in this game. They have to run the ball well against the Steelers. The Steelers, I'm not sure. Their offense has been inconsistent. They can't catch the ball, it seems like. They need help on that side. Their defense has been okay. TJ Watt has led the league in sacks. So this should be an interesting game. If the Browns defense can hold and Nick Chubb can go off and Mayfield can have a good game, I'm going to pick the Browns to win this game. Moving on to the divisional rounds, where now we introduce the two teams that got the bye this year. Yes, only two teams got a bye this year. It was the Chiefs and the Packers. We're going to start with the Chiefs against the Browns. The Chiefs, obviously, high octane. They got a high energy offense. I mean, they won the whole thing last year. This team is played so well this year. The Browns, as I said, Nick Chubb is going to have to go off. They're going to have to somehow exploit this defense. Problem is that they got to outscore the Chiefs. I don't think the Browns can outscore the Chiefs. Therefore, Chiefs are going to win this game. On to the Packers against the football team. The Packers, obviously coming off their bye, are going to be well rested for this one. Aaron Rodgers is playing some of the best football of his career. That offense has been on fire with Davante Adams. The defense is good. They're going to be well. Washington, again, they got the good defense. I don't think they can control this offense. It's going to be pretty easy for the Packers. Packers are going to win this game. Leads us to the Saints and the Seahawks next week. That should be a good one. The Seahawks, as I said, have been a little inconsistent. If they can get the run game going, the short game, being able to exploit that Saints defense, they might have a chance. The Saints are going to have to... If the Seahawks defense performs well in week 1 against the Rams, I have to think that they're going to perform well against the Saints. Drew Brees is always going to be a problem, but at this point, I'm going to have to pick the Seahawks to beat the Saints. On to the Ravens and the Bills. This should be a really good game, but I don't know if the Ravens have it in them. They're going to have to run the ball really well, and I don't know if they can against a team like the Bills. Their passing game is okay, so their defense, again, is not that great. It's really good, especially in the secondary, but I don't know if they have enough. The Bills are just too high-powered. Their defense is too good. Bills are going to win this game. Moving on to the championship games, it'll be the AFC and the NFC championship games. We're going to start in the AFC, where the Chiefs are going to meet the Bills. This should be a really fun game to watch. Two high-powered offenses going together. I think it's going to wind up to the defense. Who can stop the team from scoring more? And I think it's going to be the Bills. The Bills have been the best team heading into the playoffs this year. I think they're just going to continue to roll, even though it's in Kansas City. I think the Bills are going to surprise some people, and the Bills are going to make the Super Bowl. That makes us to the Packers and the Seahawks. Yes, I'm picking the Seahawks into the NFC Championship again for not trying to be biased. They have a road to get there. It's there. It's open for them. This is a rematch from last year where they played the Packers. The Packers ended up winning that game, and I think they might win this one too. They're a little too strong. That offense is a little too high-powered. This defense could surprise. Should be a good game. I think it's going to be too much for the Seahawks. I think the Packers are going to take this one and go on to the Super Bowl. And that would bring us to a Packers-Bills Super Bowl. That's a really weird Super Bowl. It's two great offenses going head-to-head. The Packers, they got that veteran presence with Aaron Rodgers, a team that's been there, done that in the recent years. But my question is, do the Bills care that they have a veteran quarterback there? I think the Bills' defense is better than the Packers' defense, and I think they might be able to hold Rodgers. And like I said, they're the best team going into the playoffs, and I think they're going to roll right on. That's right. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. Bills Mafia, let's get going. So yes, the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl. And again, I did not pick very well, so almost my suggestion to you is whoever I picked, pick the opposite. That's probably a really good idea. But seriously, should be a fun tournament. I think the Bills are gonna win it. It's gonna be fun. Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you like this video. Tell me who you think's gonna win, who's gonna go to the Super Bowl. It's gonna be a really fun playoffs. At least something's going right in the USA. Thanks for watching What It Does.
Can't wait.